Къде си хубаво торнала, къде си хубаво торнала, къде си конян чопнала. Торнала си съм торнала, на големо изкече, на горскиян владика и на турскиян кадия. И това, което разказах, и какво да си ги пита, и какво се е развивало. Искат да я оженят.
The mountains are everything. They are peace and beauty and just everything calm and good in this world.
Distance, separation, kind of change of topography. Coming from New York, flat, crowded, busy. The mountain was distant and isolated, but still a lot of energy there.
When I think of a mountain, I think of the old saying, a mountain is only built one pebble at a time.
I feel good, I have to say. I like this environment, and it's also like kind of the opposite energy from where I come from, which is the ocean. So it's kind of cool to spend some time here.
It's like a bit back to the roots. It's always when I go to the mountains, far away from the German mountains, especially. Also, I used to go a lot to the Canary Islands, and I find the lifestyle some kind of similar. The way of life, how people live, how people share.
When I was here first, I felt somehow, I came back to my hometown somehow. Of course, the nature and also the scenery is totally different, but I feel, I'm coming back. So.
how can you hold me?
It became more of a site-responsive piece. So it was a video installation where I did two-channel projection on two walls. So the room in the Читалище, I'm not sure what it was used for at the time, but there are a bunch of beds in there. And so it looked a little bit like an infirmary. And so the idea was that you know, when you're in a bed like that, all you're thinking about is getting out of that bed. And so it became a piece about the dream of getting out of the bed and getting away. And you're watching the dreams up on the wall.
Well, I did a large ritual that was developed from partial memory, partial psychic experience, and partial local tradition. So blending all of them into this sort of psychic residue that parallels collective and individual trauma.
I worked with ritual and ceremony, and specifically with women's traditions and so on. And I made a sculptural installation, a headdress, which guests at the exhibition could actually wear and then sort of ritualistically post on social media, which took this sort of ancient tradition or the reinterpreted version of it into the current times. as well as working on a series of photographs which are shot of women that were on the residency, and I worked in analog, digital and in Polaroid.
I created a textile installation that played on our lost generations. It was created with a bunch of curtains, see-through curtains that you can find in a lot of the old abandoned houses here. And then I made some flower bouquets, which are part of the annual Enyuvden rituals here. And left a little notebook so that people can leave, part of their history in the space and kind of weave it into my history as well.
So I worked on the topic of food, tradition and transmission, and I was interested to have this intergenerational dialogue with some old people from here, and I wanted to know how they used to learn how to cook back then, when the village was more crowded. So I tried to represent it by potteries and gavech. I broke some gavech that I reglue a bit like with kintsugi technique, the Japanese technique, to represent the fragility of transmission and how to re-stick the things together.
I did an installation that was called the Raft of Medusa. And it was kind of symbolizing a sort of sail in the main hall of the Cittadiste. And it has like a double meaning somehow. It's kind of speaking about the fact that culture is kind of drifting away, getting lost, but it's also like a signal of hope somehow, because the sculpture has been like activated during the night with lights, and there was a party. So it's also bringing back something in this place, which was sleeping until we came.
My first plan is collecting somehow to the garbage or something, the artificial things, and also from the nature. But finally, I found a lot of the good material from the big garbage box in the village. I'm so happy to find them. So. Yeah, and then my planning was also making a kind of a shrine. It mixed with the Japanese Shintoism shrines also, and something original feeling actually that I feel here. So like that.
There are a lot of pine trees around the region, and I was also a bit inspired by our house, which is called the Pine. So I started to collect some pine cones in the forest, and then just playing with the elements in the cultural house. I just got the idea to make a pine shrine, because the region is really depending on the wood and is living from the pine wood too. Not only the pine wood, but they sell a lot of pine wood.
Всички наши досега резиденции са се развили в пространства с изгубена функция, но запазили духа си във времето. Затворени или изоставени, дали цели общности, забравени от всички, или сгради, изгубили смисъл и полза. Родопите са нова глава в новата епоха, която изследваме както вътре в себе си, така и отвън. Това е място за легенди и митове, пазители на дух и истории в нашата памет. Искаше ми се да разследваме тези едва доловими нишки на въздействие върху нас и те да доведат до преосмислене на нашата връзка, даже в глобален план на природа и намерение за излекуване. Излекуване от натрупаното напрежение, живеейки в градове, изтръгнати от естествената ни връзка с всичко магично. Всеки път, когато си помислиме за Родопите, ние си представяме едно магично място. Някъде, където се пазят тайни, някъде, където има заровена скрита истина за живота, може би.